The case against Christianity wasn't that video. No. That video was just scratching the surface. It was all a bunch of rehashed arguments that atheists have been using for years. I just put them all in one video to see how pissed off and riled up I could get you. And then I sat back and watched you defeat yourselves. Beyond my little 10-15 minute video, I didn't have to lift a fucking finger. I just had to sit back and watch as you made fools of yourselves. Anyway, first of all, I want to start this video off by quoting this. My favorite book of the Bible is Ecclesiastes. I want to quote a phrase from that I'm sure you'll think probably applies more to me than to you, but it doesn't. Ecclesiastes 7:5. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. Well, thanks to you guys, I've been listening to the Song of Fools for quite some time now. So, you claim that the verses from Jeremiah were taken out of context. So I'm going to read them again, completely in context, and we'll discuss them afterwards. Jeremiah 3:11 through 3:13. And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel hath justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, Return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord. And I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever. Only acknowledge thine iniquity, and thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. What God is saying here is, you have strayed from my path, but if you return and follow my ways again, you will be forgiven, because I do not hold anger forever. Now, this is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. So here's God saying that you've pissed me off, and I will never, ever forgive you. So this nullifies the contradiction how exactly? I mean, I guess you could disagree with my interpretation of the quotes, but it's all written there in black and white. And these aren't the only quotes that point out this particular contradiction. If you go to Skeptic's Annotated Bible, which I gave you the link to in the last video, I'll give it to you here again, and you go to contradictions, and you go to contradiction 26, there are 3 verses that say that God's anger lasts forever, and there are 3 verses that say that God's anger lasts but a moment. So that's a pretty huge contradiction there for an infallible book written by an infallible being, albeit through the hands of his prophets. And then there is the contradiction between Deuteronomy and Luke that I pointed out in the last video, and I don't even understand how you guys tap danced around this one. I didn't even half-ass understand your reasoning for why this wasn't a contradiction, but I'll read them again. Deuteronomy 24:1-2 says, When a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. What this is saying very clearly is that if a man, for some reason, no longer likes his wife, like maybe she's eaten too many Oreos and now she's a big fat fucking pig and he don't want to fuck her anymore, he can dismiss her, give her a bill of divorcement, and she is permitted to remarry, okay? That's perfectly reasonable. I have no problem with that. I believe that that's fine. I mean, I wish that they would say that it was fine the other way around as well, but of course it was a much different time. and that's fine too. But Luke 16:18 says, "Whosoever putteth away his wife, and marrieth another, committeth adultery. And whosoever marry her that is put away from her husband, committeth adultery." So, adultery is wrong. The Bible makes that pretty clear. It's one of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not commit adultery. So, it says, do not do that. So, I mean, it says in the 10 Commandments, don't commit adultery. Then it says in Deuteronomy that it's okay for a man to divorce his wife and for her to remarry. Then it says in Luke that whoever does that is committing adultery, which is against the 10 Commandments. So it is contradictory. You can tap dance around it all you want, but it's still contradictory. Now I'd like to read just a few comments that were left on my last video, presumably by Christians, or theists of some sort. "Why are you so bothered about people's beliefs? You didn't explain that." "Why are you so bothered about mine?" Did you think coming into the video called The Case Against Christianity that it was going to be a pro-Christian video? I mean, I made it pretty clear that what the content of this video was going to be before you ever entered it. You didn't have to watch it if you didn't fucking want to, but you did. So, how are you going to take issue with me now? I mean, if I see a video called, fuck atheists in the ass with a 12-foot cock, then I'm not going to go in there and act like it's something I didn't expect. I mean, I'll refute the points in it, sure, which is something that none of you people seem interested in doing. Okay, a few of you did. I'm not going to be unfair about it. A few people did refute the points, and I'll even relinquish a few points, but let's get to that in a moment. You need to shut up! Well, when you're burning in hell because you're blaspheming, then don't say I told you so. I think it's don't say I didn't tell you so, sir. And I won't, because that's not going to fucking happen. So, thank you. Get a life. We don't force our religious beliefs on you, so don't force your liberalism on me. Liberalism? I'm a libertarian. That would make me a conservative. I am not a liberal, okay? Your next segment should be the case against Islam. If you would have read my description of my video, you'd know that that was going to be my next video, you fucking imbecile. But as a liberal coward, I'm not a fucking liberal, you piece of shit! Go fuck yourself, moron! Sorry. I don't expect to see it. Get your burqa dirty, kafir, and we'll soon be wearing one, wishing the Christians were here to save your worthless hid. Yeah, that's what it says. Yeah, like I said, fuck you. I feel sorry for you. People like you need things to be thrown in their faces for them to believe, and I can't respect you because you don't respect me. There is no stereotypical Christian. You may think I'm foolish and naive for believing in God, but I also could think you're foolish for not believing. If I were you, I'd at least respect the people I'm trying to address. Otherwise, they're not going to want to listen to you. I didn't want them to listen to me, okay? I didn't make this video for Christians. I didn't expect this video to get no fucking 7,000 views or whatever the fuck it got. Usually my videos are viewed by fucking atheists.